Hello, welcome back to more Steel Division 2. This is another Olympics 1v1, round 2, between ANZ Dark Neutron and Atkurtz. Now the last one was won by Neutron. Today we're going to see how these guys do. Now once again my favorite division shows up, which is the 20th Panzer, played by Neutron, so I'm really hoping that he actually wins this one. Atkurtz is playing as a reserve for the 3rd Army. Now, balanced income for Neutron and Maverick for Atkurtz or Atkurtz. I have really trouble pronouncing that name. But let's speed forward. Quickly go to the beginning of the match. Then we'll go over the unit composition and get started. So Neutron will be on the left side here, on the blue, and we have Kurtz on the right side. This is a massive map. For a 1v1, this is quite intense, but there's a huge town in the middle. The 20th Panzer might actually struggle there. 20th Panzer will be better in an area like this. So I'm expecting maybe Kurtz to win the middle, but lose the hills. But we'll see how that goes. Very long deployment phase here. Here we go. Open that up. Go to the interface, and if you guys are wondering what I'm doing right now, it's just to give you guys the values of armor and penetration on a few units. And as we know, penetration is very important. So let's start with Neutron. So we have some Pioneer, Osttruppen, Stoßtruppen going to the north. So he's positioning him right about there. We have a lot of Panzer IIILs once again. So this seems to be the meta with the 20th Panzer, is to get a lot of Panzer IIILs. They have wonderful guns. 150mm pen with the APCR, with the squeeze barrel. We have Panzer Grenadiers, Osttruppen, Panzerschrecks, Stoßtruppen, and one machine gun. I was just about to say there's a lack of machine guns. That's all moving to the middle. And we have Pak 40s, Panzerschrecks, Osttruppen, and Panzer Grenadiers going to the south. Now up here in the north, PTRS squads, 45mm, Tenko Desantnikis, and Cherno Pizachnikis, whatever. We have an SG-43 as well, and they are going to attack this position, it seems. Very surprised. We have an SG-43, some more of those Chernos, and a KV-1. And then for the middle, we have PTR squads, some Sapris, Shrafnikis, and machine guns and kind of support infantry units to go to the south. Now in terms of income, I think the longer this game takes, the better for Neutron. Kurtz needs to make a move in phase A and B. But I don't really know why Neutron has this income with 20th Panzer. 20th Panzer is not good in phase C. It's a early division. Oh my god, dude. IL-2 just came in and ruined a lot of things there. That's quite painful. Luckily, he does have a 37mm that can make him fall back. In the south, things are unloading a bit early here. Osttruppen will maybe have some trouble with those machine guns. Looks like the main fight is going to be in the center. Panzergreds are coming in. PTR squads, once again, will be some problems. Yep, people are not really looking out for these. That is a yikes. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I don't think it is fair to have all of the infantry die when the vehicle gets hit by an anti-tank gun. Like a rifle, that is. Now the middle is definitely not looking good for Dark. Now, Osttruppen also not the best unit to have in a town fight. Sure, they're cheap, but let me tell you, they're just not good. They're just really not good. In the north, Kurtz did manage to actually get into the zone. Get some tank Desanikis versus Stoßtruppen. That's gonna be an interesting one. I think numbers win in this case. Now the center fight is getting a bit more heated. Panzer IIIL has entered the fray. Giving some covering fire for all the infantry that's moving up. Some Panzergrenadiers coming in. Now it's interesting to see Panzer IIILs being used in towns. I would say the Panzer IV is a better choice. But speaking of, T-34A5 and Su-122 were spawned in just now by Kurtz. So we might see some tank action. Turret stuck. Oh my god, dude. BA-10M just took out a Panzer III. This turret being stuck does not matter right now. That is unlucky. Nothing happening in the south. In the north, the infantry skirmishes are still going on ahead. BA-10M did not manage to take another one out. That would have been very awkward. Well placed 109 bombing run there. What Kurtz has been doing really well in both games is using these PTRS units. They're very fast and they just take out the entire squad of infantry. That is a poor T-3485. Now things are getting really heated in the town here. I'm seeing a lot of Panzer IIILs being spawned in. Lots of Ausstruppen coming in. Panzer IIILs and Panzer IV in the flank. Not quite sure if they can deal with the big boy here. Now he's actually microing his ganks. The APCR is taken out or taken offline to not waste it. Panzer IV collapsed the BA-10M. Looks like Neutron is trying to be really aggressive with his units, which is definitely a good idea, because the longer this game takes, the less chance of him winning. KV-1 is in position. This is definitely not something you want to meet on a town fight. Loader wounded by the Panzer III. The Panzer III does fire faster. Turret stuck. He would have to move right now. Site damaged. You might get one more shot. And that's a trade. Yikes. When you see a tank that has his turret stuck, you need to move yours. 85mm here. AA gun being used to take out some poor vehicles. The F-109 is being spawned in. Will it kill it? No, but it severely damaged it and put it down to 3 HP. Very nice. Now there is a conquest point here and here that Neutron should definitely focus on. Those are like easy points. Just not worth giving it to the enemy like that. In the south it's a bit difficult because he needs to push up this hill. And that's just notoriously difficult to do. Now Panzer IIILs are moving up. Atkurtz seems to be relying more on fire support, like supporting units like AT guns and machine guns and PTR squads, while Neutron is really going for the cheap infantry together with hard-hitting tanks. Which might not be the best play here. Ooh, Ju-87. I think this might have been a bait. He did drop. Did not manage to take out the tank though. That is surprising. Now Atkurtz is at 15, Neutron at 9, but Neutron can easily capture this position here. And perhaps also try to make a move on the south with off-map. One off-map right here will just delete this entire zone. Now Panzer IIIs are just holding for the moment. Atkurtz got another 85mm. T-34-85 trying to move in. At close range though, it will not do good against these tanks. Speaking of, tanks are being tasked to move ahead. But they get pinned down by the Stravnikis. Now we see a fresh interaction here in the north. Yak 9B coming in with 400 kilograms. Wow, taking out basically 3 units right there. That was a painful one. Now 2 of these 85mm, they basically cover this entire region. So I do think Neutron at this point would be like... Maybe I need to get some artillery, stun that AA, and then start bombing stuff. But it looks like he's getting off-map that is being used on the center of the town instead. But let's see what he does when that hits. Now the south is falling back. 2 of these Stravnikis are pinned down. Nicely positioned MG42 there. Su-122 taken out by the Panzer III. Very nice. And just like that, things are turning for the better for Dark Neutron. In 3 seconds, these guys are going to be gone. The south is quite weak, apart for this T-34-85. So I do hope he makes a push for it. There's a few units tasked with moving up. T-34-85 is in a quite well hidden position. Now Dark Neutron did make a slight comeback. He is 13 to 11. But it is being heavily contested. Now this zone right here, which is in the home turf of Dark Neutron, still is not captured, while Atkurtz keeps flooding it with infantry. We see some more movement in the south. Another off map. Now this one is well positioned. Don't move it. Just gotta wait for the arty and then push up. Got another 10 seconds for all hell to break loose right here. And here we go. He survives a direct hit from T-3485. That is lucky. Off map takes out all of the infantry. The tank is still unharmed. The F-109 is coming in. Somehow surviving all these AA guns. Cluster coming in as well. And just like that, the road is open. Man, that guy's lucky. Unfortunately though, at this point, Atkurtz just has an insane amount of income, and he can just keep spamming units. Now finally we see some action up in the north. This zone is taken back, but because it is middle point being contested, Dark Neutron is still lacking conquest points. Looks like he's slightly fallen back. T-3485 coming in. They could have easily side shot him. That plane is just not gonna do anything. There's no way. Now there will be defeat for Neutron in about 4 minutes. He wants to win, which I know he does. He really needs to make a push, a big push for the middle before phase C hits. Right now there's about 3 tanks that he needs to worry about, but this one that makes 4. If he combines his Warframen and his artillery, or at least pushes after his artillery hits, then he stands a chance. Ooh, Pack 40 versus T-34. Direct hit, but a bounce. Another one just wrecks it. Third one takes it out. Very nice. Warframen direct hit on the 85mm. Takes it out as well. Very nicely done. Big push happening over here. And this is it. This is his last try. Now the Strafnikis with those PTRS. Definitely not the nicest thing they encounter with half-tracks. JB87 comes in, takes out a T-3485. So in just that 10-second window, there's a lot of action already. Machine guns here giving very nice covering fire. 76 comes in. Should not be a match for the Panzer IIIs. Bounces the first shot, but does not survive the second. Now he needs to take over this conquest point right there. Good push, but he kind of put a pause to it. I think mainly because of whatever is going up in the north. T-34, 76 just flanking around. That could be really bad here. There's absolutely nothing covering this left flank. There's about 4 minutes left here. Kurtz is still clinging onto this conquest point here, which is what is winning the game for him. Ruben trying to take out that last 85mm. But there's a third one that got bought in. There's just so many Russians, man. He's trying. Got about 3 minutes left. BF-109, Ju-87 coming in. There's only 185mm from Atkurtz, so this might actually do some damage. Ooh, that's a miss. Oh, never mind. Oh, that could be big. Dang. Very nicely positioned cluster strike right there. Now with only about 3 minutes left, can he come back from this? Or is that the last that we're seeing of... Wait, no. Actually, hold up. If Kurtz wins this one, doesn't that make it one... Yeah, that makes it even. So we'll see a third match. That's actually better. Now we got another off map here. I don't know if that's already completely spent. I think it is. Now the main thing that really kind of sealed Neutron's fate was the north here. There's always like two zones that are just contested or in the hands of Kurtz. That really hurts his conquest points. Because he could win. If he just held the north, he would have won the center. Which is the interesting thing. Panzergrenadier DPs. Now these would have been really good a bit earlier in the game. Those poor Strafnikis. Actually, never mind. They just wrecked that tank. Oh, the turret is stuck on that Panzer IV. Man, what a match. That was quite an interesting one. The PTRS squads in the beginning kind of ruined it for the 20th Panzer right there. That was kind of painful to see. But in general, very well fought match. That northern sectors, those were the death sentence. There was nothing... If he had those two sectors, he would have won this match as well. But yeah, we're gonna be looking at a best out of 3 scenarios, so definitely stick around for more Steel Division 2 1v1 Olympic replay commentary shenanigans, and I'll see you guys back in the next one. Take care, guys.